Yeah, I actually did say in a previous video that I would make a video right after the previous one, and here I am. Okay, like it says in the description, I started playing on the 6th gen system, specifically GameCube. May have played a little bit of PS2, but not too much. Um, didn't really play any Xbox. Um, and this topic is about, I guess, well, I'll probably explain it. Like, what gaming, I guess, sort of has become in a way where it's like, I guess I'll specify like immersion, what, you know, basically what each generation kind of did unique that couldn't be done in the previous generation. Or, well, I won't say all of it, but I'll just, say, the stuff, probably one of the main stuff, maybe. Okay, I guess I'll just say, I can't tell. I know the NES started on its third generation, but I didn't know what happened previous. I didn't know um I didn't know what evolved from. I guess it started from 2D gaming, platforming sort of thing, and then SNES. Well, I guess the NES and previous consoles probably did the same thing, same sort of thing. Maybe anybody would be glad to kind of correct me and you know and all that stuff. And then SNES, I'm thinking was sort of like 2.5 gaming, like technically it's 2D gaming, but the models in there kind of look sort of three-dimensional, but not really. And then I guess that was okay. That's a leap there, but moving on to the N64. Now, I guess I should say the fifth generation. It was so different. Like I did my research on sort of on what the fifth generation was. There was a 32-bit system and it was a 64-bit system in that generation. And so I'm thinking what the 32-bit system did was it kind of did 3D gaming, but it couldn't really do open world gaming. 64-bit kind of did more open world, kind of spread it around and stuff, and that kind of it's kind of what the eighth generation might become, basically. And yeah, and then the sixth generation came by, and um, open world games were made. I think I don't think they were possible, like Grand Theft Auto and and all those. Even though I don't like to play those type of games because I don't really like to play criminal. I don't really like to play as a criminal really, and I think that was only possible on those systems. And I guess what I'm coming down to is what genre was made after each generation, sort of, and what I guess what gaming could become. I'll just explain, I think, later in this video. I guess I was kind of skip it. I mean, I did play. I don't know if I should say a lot, but I did play a good amount. So yeah. And then moving on to the sixth generation, where I mainly played on the Wii, and I missed a lot. Like the Wii missed a lot of great games. I guess you could say great third-party games. And yeah, and the genre I guess was made from that was probably cinematic action, basically. Whether people like it or not, it's their opinion. I mean, they're entitled to whatever they like. And that sort of add the immersion of the games. And this generation was really, people could say it's the worst generation. People could say it's the best. I'll say it's probably the best because it started going mainstream, and probably because it started becoming more immersive, and it started, and it had. I think it had the most OS improvement. I think it had the most OS improvement. I'll get to that. Like, I don't know if anybody knew this, but what I think is no one ever knew that social integration was going to have a big part in gaming, and I'm gonna kind of explain what that what certain parts of other, I guess, entertainment could also have an effect on gaming, just like how not social media, but social interaction, I guess, or something like that, had to do with it. And okay, I'm gonna go back to this whole cinematic action, like Uncharted. Even though I didn't play it, man, like the live cinematic action and how the immersion adds to it. Well, actually, also, I'll say stuff about graphics too. The graphics amped up to the point where characters are now really, I guess you could say, fully animated, sort of. And the characters sort of, I guess, feel real, and they're really like, they're more like a general character, not general character, but like, they're like there, and they're so, like they're so genuine that it adds the immersion to the gameplay experience. And what could only be possible on all the current systems, maybe probably just that. And then going to the eighth generation, what gaming could become. Now, like the one who actually made a big step in the gaming OS was Microsoft. So I kind of really like. I know a lot of people raged about the whole TV situation and like the reveal in 2013, but I was kind of like thinking, somehow that would be unique. What could TV actually do to gaming that we don't actually expect? And and then now you look at it right now, they're abandoning. Microsoft is abandoning Kinect, and they sold their Xbox, I guess, entertainment studio. So whatever hope of it there was, it's kind of just down. So what do I think? What is going to be the next big thing for this generation? That's going to probably just be something that we did not expect at all. And TV, for one thing, is sort of, it's the one thing I've been thinking about, And I've been thinking, this will probably be the first time I guess we were going to hear it. Okay, Nintendo. They're making crossovers with like Hyrule Warriors and stuff, and Bayonetta with costumes and Nintendo costumes and stuff. And it would actually be nice if they started this. Imagine, like, I'm guessing, like, if they were to do this, that would actually be really, that would actually be amazing if they did something that had something to do with the whole sort of, I guess, TV entertainment situation, but we never knew what it could be, I guess. And what I'm thinking is, imagine if they were to make a new IP next year, and that new IP would also have an anime based on that IP. That anime might also be, or I guess the IP and the anime itself might also be the sort of gateway for a crossover to happen between some animes. And I'm thinking if that were to happen, basically so many animes, like, I'm guessing there would be an anime crossover between the IP's anime and another anime. And basically what would happen is a new IP would be formed because of the crossover. And that could also do a lot of things. And imagine getting, well, I already said it. Sorry. I already said it. Like, Nintendo makes an IP. That IP has an anime. That IP has an anime. And that anime is basically, it's going to be able to cross over with some animes. And what would happen after the crossover would come out is a new IP would be formed right after, and that would kind of be something big. But I don't know if I can expect that, really. I mean, next year, let's just. I really do hope. Like, this year, they really didn't show, probably. Like, I know Splatoon was a new IP, but it wasn't something epic. Like, awesome and stuff, in my opinion, at least. And I'm expecting next year E3, I'm expecting something really good. And I would like that to happen, but I'm not sure if it's going to come, and I'm not sure if this is going to be it. But, yeah. And then, and I would also, if this sort of thing were to happen, I think, a lot of people are going to go to gaming. Like, a lot of people are going to go to gaming. So, this would be sort of a great thing, to happen. And, I would like this to happen, and yeah. And then also, I guess, the genre and stuff. I really don't think there's going to be any sort of new genre this generation, because it's the generation of diminishing returns. The leap isn't the leap from the 8th generation to 7th isn't that big. So I don't really think that there's going to be a new genre in this. I guess technically in this generation, though, we're still in a cross generation. So, but what can I say? Because of the weather effects and stuff, I kind of really do expect, a lot more immersion, and just the world is coming to life. And what I'm thinking is open world games will probably have a big part in this generation, and I'll probably explain, tomorrow, maybe, what, Nintendo should be, a little bit Nintendo should be, what Nintendo has been doing and what they should be doing in the future. And that's about it, really. Okay. I forgot to miss on that opportunity. Okay. The quality in the games. What I've been starting to notice in the 7th generation is, compared to the previous ones, is I haven't seen as many out of the box, very creative type of games that kind of haven't been done. Well, not haven't been done, but rather the creative type of games that has not ever been made. Like, for instance, I guess is not really a good example, but I'll throw it out loud. Sonic Riders. I don't think I've seen a game like that where where it's a racing game, but it has some unique mechanics. You're riding on a hoverboard, rather. and there's a good amount of mechanics here and there, and I won't really get into that too much, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. And looking at, like I said, I miss a lot of games, but I do kind of look up a lot of games, and I'm seeing like just the creativity. It's missing a lot. Like, and I expected this generation to kind of make it up, but so far, you know, and I do follow this guy. Player Instance made a video about third party quality, you know, going down significantly ever since 2010. And all I gotta say is, yeah, like the quality is going so down. Like, like a game like Watch Dogs, which I was kind of looking forward to previously, before like the graphical downgrade happened, before I guess the delay happened, the delay in from October that they said from October 2013, and then now it's kind of underwhelming that that game right now is not as good as people hoped it to be, and it's kind of a shame too, because I mean, I kind of really do think that people like I guess maybe Nintendo fans could be interested in sort of that sort of type of game because, well, technically isn't the RPG like I guess Kingdom Hearts or well, no, I didn't play Kingdom Hearts, but like Final Fantasy and well, I mean those are JRPGs, but I guess you get what I mean. And but I think people would really be interested because it's sort of like that choice-driven game that you either become a criminal or do a lot of bad things, or you do a lot of good things, or you do a lot of good things, but you become more like I guess a vigilante rather. And it's a shame that that game isn't as good as people hoped it to be. Um, Even though I'm probably gonna say this in the next video, Nintendo should really make an open world game if they can. Should really make an open world game, their own open world game, not like sort of like traditional. Like Splatoon is unique enough, but it's not really a traditional shooter, unfortunately. And thankfully, there's Devil's Third to kind of cover that. Like so I really kind of do, we're gonna yet make it sort of like a rival to Infamous Second Son. Make it sort of a rival to Infamous. Make a superhero sort of, and well, not I guess not really become the bad guy. What I would like is it has some RPG elements, and there are some. I guess there are some side quests here and there, but you don't have to do it. And if you do it, whatever Nintendo comes up with, I mean, whatever. But I would like them to to create, sort of like in a traditional open world game, you know, like, yeah, like, yep. um, what else? I guess I'll explain what I should expect, for the 8th generation to really be. I hope it really, I don't know, the thing, the way things are going with the Western third parties, most of the time, except for probably Take Two Interactive and maybe Activision. I'll probably or actually I'll explain it right now. To me, Activision is kind of like they're kind of like there. They'll be there. They'll be Nintendo's like they'll be on Nintendo's side, and then they won't, and it's and it's like and Advanced Warfare not coming to Wii U. Like I do play, yeah, I do play Call of Duty games. Actually, yeah, I do play Call of Duty games on a previous system, the Wii. So I don't have it for the Wii U. I'm waiting till the next. I mean, like I'm hoping that the next Treyarch game is gonna come out on Wii U. Um because there are because I'm thinking because the Treyarch Wii team isn't developing. I have a theory that um they're probably making the next Call of Duty after Advanced Warfare. They're probably like porting over the next one, the next Shrek one, and I hope it is. Like what I really do hope is that this will be a true this will be a direct sequel to basically Black Ops 3. I mean, if people didn't really believe that, you know, like a futuristic Call of Duty wouldn't be able to exist, um, well, they're kind of wrong because Advanced Warfare is here. And do I want them to go exoskeleton? No. I want them to, go their own separate path, whatever they want. They could go ahead. And Black Ops 3 would be the right game for the Wii U, because you're playing as an intelligence operative, which means you're gonna have a lot of equipment, like I don't know, like a lot of gears and like a lot of um a lot of gears and stuff, a lot of gadgets and stuff, like you see in some CIA shows, and that's all I can really expect. And okay, going back to the third party situation, just bring basically, Nintendo just bring the quality games throughout this whole generation. Do not be like a ghost. Like you make the games and then you don't make the games. No, like make enough games for the generation. That's all really. Um, just keep on doing that. And I guess we'll say some things for Sony. Sony just make enough. Like it's pretty much the same thing I said to Nintendo. Make enough quality exclusives. Actually, like women games. I mean, I'm sorry, quality exclusives for Nintendo also. Make enough quality exclusives. Microsoft. I guess make exclusives. I mean, like if it is gonna help anyway, just make exclusives that sort of take advantage of what you do with the OS or something like that. Because I don't think I can get that anywhere else. So whatever Microsoft you do, if you're listening to this video, just make exclusives that are probably gonna that take advantage of your OS and stuff. So yeah. And and I mean, I guess I could also mention probably a lot of things happening on YouTube and stuff and all that stuff. Man, there's a lot of from what I've heard, I guess, or from what I've already kind of known. YouTube used to kind of be more peaceful for, I guess, some YouTubers that want to just talk about things certainly, and then now, right, and then now you're seeing a lot of just drama and stuff, and I know a certain group is trying to get rid of that. I'm not sure if they can get rid of it immediately, but if they want to try and make a difference and sort of just be like, hey, you know, go to this community because you'll expect no drama, just talking about the games we like and all that stuff. And I guess I could touch on what 7th Gen kind of did, besides the cinematic action, maybe, or I'm trying to think. I guess I'll say what was the worst way about it. People were losing money because of the HD development. I know it was wise, probably, for Nintendo to kind of not do HD because they would have lost a lot of money. But at the same time, like to me at least, a lot more people were getting HD TVs. I think at like 2009 or 2010, a lot more people were getting HD, so it would have probably have not been the best idea. And that's about it. Oh shoot. Oh no. It ended. Oh, my computer. Oh, I should have charged the battery. Oh my god. Alright, I'm back. Yeah. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, if anybody heard, yeah, my computer just died and I had to start getting a charger. Okay. Um, yeah. Are they continuing on from, okay, from the 7th generation? Yeah, like, I'm trying to remember actually. Yeah, continuing on from that. Um, yeah, people were losing a lot of money. And also continue the, from what I've heard, the DLC and stuff. Yeah, I know we missed a lot of DLC. um, yeah, from what I've heard, I guess the DLC prices are not good really from other companies like EA and maybe Activision. So yeah, and that's I think why, and just I guess later on during I guess the generate like I started seeing this problem in I started seeing this problem like when the Xbox One and PS4 just got announced and this generation and well I should just say this cross generation like now I start to see um how how kind of worse this generation was that that it kind of that the other generation kind of were better at. But still, I mean, 7th generation, even though I'll probably say this, the 8th generation hasn't truly started, in my opinion. We're still going through a transition of cross-gen, and I don't think it's going to end till 2016. So, yeah. But if people want to say 7th generation, I guess like, before the Xbox One and PS4 came out, yeah, it was a good generation. I mean, I got to play some of the good games from someone's house, and that was it. I mean, I enjoyed the 6th generation more because the creativity was there more, and I like to see that in this. So hopefully, in this next, I mean, in this current, I guess people could say this in this current one in the 8th gen, in the 8th gen one. So yeah. And actually, I said before about okay, Microsoft, the OS, they can't get anywhere else. Okay, that's not technically true on a PC, maybe, but like in terms of consoles, you can't get anywhere else. Basically, I mean, Sony and Nintendo will try and compete for it, but Microsoft really has the advantage there. So yeah, and that's about it. Maybe see me tomorrow for or catch me tomorrow in a video for I guess Nintendo what they've been I guess what they've been doing and what they should be doing in the future. And that's about it. Okay.